Meteorologist Serena Arnold. It's Monday, February 10th. Let's recap the last little storm that came through just briefly and then talk about the next 3 storms that are coming through. Good news is only 2 of these will affect New England. I promised I would talk about the third. Looking back at the snowfall verification for the storm that happened February 8th through 9th, as you can see, the snowfall max ended up being just a little bit further north than forecast. Here's a map showing what happened through southern New England. And then this is areas around the Albany office. I'm showing that because they just had a good little stripe maxima right there. In the video we did, the last forecast video, I said it doesn't take much to see changes as to where that maxima is going to set up meteorologically, but it makes a big impact for us on the ground. So it ended up moving further north at about 50 miles than expected. And if you read the forecast discussions, they also talk about why snow totals came in a little bit lower than expected. It's another reason why it's so good to read the forecast discussions, because they update between times that they post as needed. A dry slot temporarily moved into southern New Hampshire, caused a lull in snow for an hour or two, did see reports of freezing drizzle. I talked about that yesterday when I was at Crotched Mountain and talked about how you were able to see that layer at higher elevations, especially more so than lower ones, and why. That also took away from accumulations, because anything that's coming down as rain obviously takes away from the fluff factor. So even if you have like 1/10 of an inch of ice and rain come down, and we knew that that was going to fall as snow, and we know we've got 1:15 ratio snow, you're talking like an inch or 2 of snow. So let me show you what's on the docket, because February is doing what February does in New England. The next storm that comes in is actually going to be a mid-Atlantic storm, and we can see this right here. This is going to be affecting the mid-Atlantic regions, maybe grazing the southernmost parts of New England. This is going to be coming through Tuesday and into Wednesday. We have high pressure buildup here, but then we get the next storm that moves through. That's this one here. This is going to be a Thursday into Friday storm. Seeing how far that low is way, way over here with how cold it is, it's still going to result in some snow for us. We'll get into some of the details of that in a little bit. And then we get a tiny little break before we have another storm roll through here on Sunday. And just a peek ahead afterwards, like we have high pressure coming for a little bit, but as long as the jet stream keeps exiting over us, we're just going to keep getting action. Forecast snowfall amounts for all of these storms are worthy of mentioning. The later ones, obviously, we need more time for it to resolve to understand the details, but let me give you just an order of magnitude expectation. Tuesday, Wednesday storm for the mid-Atlantic. Anywhere you see in these light purples, we're looking at about on the order of 6 inches. Where you see this dark purple stripe right through here, we do have the potential to get maybe up to 1 foot of snow. Thursday snowmaker looking very interesting, seeing a nice strong max around and just east of the Great Lakes as we go through here. Once again, the measurement's the same. Anywhere you see light purple, maybe 6 inches. Anywhere you're seeing dark purple, up to 1 foot. And take this next one here with a grain of salt. Look at the same purple mint measurements. But this one definitely has the potential to be a more impactful storm, seeing a very widespread, possible 6 inches, and a very interesting large area of maybe 1 foot. Temperatures for the entire northeastern United States looking like they're going to be close to average or below normal a little bit, that we can see here, with kind of the only exception maybe being Thursday, a slight warm up, but temperatures are going to be staying cold, and then they're going to get a little colder. That mid-February warm-up that we were thinking would possibly happen is not coming to fruition. I'm telling you that right now. We can see that. I will do an update, though, on like the winter forecast and talk about what we're expecting for March and why the change for February. So taking a look at the summary for the week, we're going to have upslope snow showers here Monday through Tuesday. That's fine. Get a little bit of a break. That'll die down as we have the low pass to our south. That's going to give, maybe a grazing shot to southern New England, probably not too much. Then Thursday storm, the next one comes rolling in here before we see that come in. And that's going to be giving us our next possible shot of snow here.